Hey, there were a lot of improvements in Copilot for Excel, so let's try to walk that through. So one new feature is that you can do web grounding to fill out your Excel file. So I'm going to start with a blank Excel file, and I'm going to ask questions to fill out an Excel file with public data. So I'm going to say, um, can you create a table with from the web with the list of state, their population, the average age, and the percentage of death. So it might take a while because it's a complicated query, but what's interesting, it's going to find information. It's going to tell me where it found the information. It's going to create this table, and what's new is now I can insert this table directly in Excel. So that was one of my frustration. I was not able to really um, create an Excel file from a prompt. So now we can. It's pretty cool on public data. Obviously, it's like with every prompt, you need to do some fact checking, check if the what site is used. Um, but it's doing its work. So I might have to pause this video because there's 50 states. It's looking in probably different direction. If it doesn't find one source where there's everything, it might look in different sources. So we'll wait maybe a minute. Oh, let's see. Maybe it's coming. So I don't see here because it's not in alphabetical order. Oh, it seems that it tells me, hey, disclaimer. So this new feature is insert to new sheet. So that's what I'm going to do here. And so you're going to take my Excel file, put it in Excel, my table in Copilot chat, and then it's going to apply formatting. So it takes, okay, now it was pretty quick actually. So depending on what you're surfacing, it might be more complicated. Here it's a bit weird because it didn't give me the source, so I'm a little bit skeptical. Sometimes it gives me the source, so here it feels like it's part of the, I guess, OpenAI index. So you probably I should say what was the source, maybe at the end of my prompt, but I'm gonna go with that. So now what I can do is I can create another sheet and say, okay, give me create a table with the list of states and their capital because I forgot to ask the capital in the first place. So I'm going to create a second sheet because, probably it's going to help me for other analysis or other table. So it should be faster than the first one. So there's 50 rows to come. This time it's in alphabetical order. Okay, cool. Um, so I'll wait for that. So it's to me, you see an example of what you could do. You could, for example, you could query for a state all the zip code or all the city and their zip code, for example, if you need that. I'm not going to do this demonstration because the information will take long, especially if you have a big state, a lot of cities and probably a lot of zip codes. Here, it was able to do it in few seconds, so same thing. And now I'm going to go back in on my first page here, and I'm going to say, can you add a column with the state capital using sheet 2 because it's in sheet 2 that I have the correspondence, and I'm not sure how to do that. I heard there's some sort of formula that can do it, but I'm not sure what it is. So I'm gonna ask if you can do it for me. So apparently it's a X lookup, and well, I just have to do that, and it adds my column. Pretty cool. Now that's not just what's new. Well, that means you can play with different sheets. You can create content from the web. You can insert content pretty quickly. But also, I think the Python engine made a lot of progress. So let's try to play with that. So to enable the Python engine, you have to go advanced and do advanced analysis. And then you're going to say, do you want to start it? So I'm going to start it. And then I can start to ask questions. So it creates another sheet for analysis. And then when it's ready, I can ask questions. So for example, if I want to visualize, okay, visualize as an histogram the number of, what was the percentage of death, the, say the percentage of death from the largest to the smallest for the top 10 states. So basically, I can ask, to do visual analysis based on some criteria. I don't have to create whatever table. It's going to create an image, and here it's going to say, hey, here are the top 10 um, states. And if I go here, if I go, if I sort that by the largest, I'm probably going to have, so the top 10 are West Virginia to Ohio. So if I look that, it's correct. So, and I can iterate like that with a lot of queries. So here it's just public data, but it could be financial data. Um, I don't know what I could do here. Um, uh, so maybe I can say, let's see if I can say something less explicit. Do the same thing with the average age. So I'm curious to see if he understands, if I can write it correctly, that what I'm looking for actually is, not only I can spell correctly, what I'm looking for is the top 10 of the states who has the best average age. So let's see. It's not very explicit, so let's see if you can figure it out with the context. I want to see if it maintains the context of my previous prompt. And so, okay, the top 10, Maine to Montana. So let's see if it's correct. If I do average age, largest to smaller, Maine to Montana. Pretty good. So you can analyze that whatever you want. You can plot data. You could ask questions to see if there's a correlation between the size of the population and the percentage of death, or the average age per the percentage of death, etc., etc. There's no limit in terms of what you can analyze with this advanced query analysis. It's pretty powerful when you don't know how to use Excel. And I tried it, I use it very often on business data to make some calculation, even to analyze the content. Uh, so, for example, I could say something more complex doesn't make any sense here. But if I want to say, hey, would you chart uh, the number, the percentage of death per state only for states that have new in their name from uh, we're going to change in alphabetic order. So it's pretty complicated because it needs to extract the name of the state, see if there's a new, then you know, make a pass to sort everything by alphabetical order. So let's see. Trying to push the limits. Okay, so New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York. Are there more? Let's see. I don't even know. So if I do text filters, contains new, there's only four, so it's good. So you see all the intelligence that can bring to the table here without you to knowing how to filter and extract and whatsoever. This is really impressive. So the first feature that I really love is that now you can query, you do web grounding, so search for information on the web and or internally, and then you can insert the data in your Excel sheet, even if it's empty. And the second thing is the advanced analytics that is way better than what it was at the beginning. So don't stay stuck with a perception of what he was doing at the beginning. Definitely, it was very frustrating. Copilot in Excel was very frustrating at the beginning, and it's getting better and better. Hope this was insightful.